I think they're off to rehab, I think at 4 o'clock down at Seaford. We use Lennon House down there and do some rehab, and then just like every other week, get in there Tuesday night, do a review of this game, and really encourage the boys at this time of year to keep improving. So at training, we're not one that just want to go, oh, we'll just do a little bit. We're trying to get there and make sure we're training every training session, is to learn and to improve. So give themselves every opportunity going forward to be on an AFL list, these players.
Fantastic effort today. Well done yourself on getting for such a convincing win, and good luck in a couple of weeks.
No, thank you very much.
Dandenong Stingrays coach Craig Black down there on the boundary, and I think we've got one more coming your way, Rick. We might as well start the votes whilst we're waiting. I'll kick it off. I gave 1 vote today to Scotty Carlin, 2 votes to Bailey Williams, 3 votes to Sam Fletcher, and 4 to Ned Cale.
Boys, I've got Ned Carl with us. Ned, first of all, I asked you on the boundary, you're only playing a half a footy. How does that feel when you're running so hot?
Oh, no, it was a pretty hot day, but no, I was going to be 23rd, but Sturdy went down at half time, so I was able to play the rest of the second half as a 22. But no, the heat was pretty it was just very, very hot, basically, pretty much, yeah, so it was good. And the forward line worked as a good team themselves. You played an important part of that, kicking forward, but also handing off a few. Yeah, well, no, that's like how we play. We're pretty selfish, selfless team, but no, we do a lot of that work down at Dandenong and all the trainings and stuff like that, just work on lots of the craft, but no, it's just how we play, a pretty selfish team. All right, congratulations on a great win, and good luck in a couple of weeks. No, thanks very much. Thanks.
Good work, Rick. What are your votes, mate, while we've got you?
I thought he was terrific, wasn't he? I'm going to give 1 vote to Jamie Plumridge.
Yep.
I think he really stepped it up today and showed the talent that we know he's got. I'm going to give 2 to the big man, Bailey Williams. I thought better game from him today. I thought he was good in the forward line, but when he went into the ruck, showed a bit of dominance as well. And just he seems to be getting his game right at the right time. I gave 3 to that man, Ned. Carl, I thought he was terrific all day. Across that forward line, he was really working and unselfish as well. I thought he was the one that set up the game. And I thought just over the 4 quarters, I really liked Sam Fletcher. I thought he was a bit quiet last week. But the last couple of times we've seen him, but I liked his game today.
All right, all Dandenong players. I gave 1 to Jamie Plumridge, 2 to Lachlan McDonald. Just thought hit the scoreboard as well as work around the ground. I gave 3 to Ned Cale for exactly what you said, Rick. I gave my best on ground to a guy I thought was the quickest guy on the ground, Finley Bain. I thought his movement of the footy and his run was just exhilarating. In a very great effort by the top team, he got my 4 votes.
Mine are relatively similar. I gave 1 vote to Jai Taylor, 2 votes to Lachlan McDonald, 3 votes to Ned Cahill, and I gave 4 votes to Sam Fletcher, who was my player watch. So I kept a close eye on him today, and I thought his game all round was fantastic.
Good work. So the Nixon Finance Player of the Day was?
Good day for it.
Sam Fletcher. Did you give the beanies away, Rick? I've lost him. All right, time for us to take a break. That is the Stingrays. We'll be back on the other side of this with Gippsland Power taking on the Geelong Falcons.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Racing.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Wear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy.
As we're back underway here at Icon Park for the second elimination final, ball will be wrapped up from the ruck contest as it's hurried straight into the hands of Madigan for the Falcons. Power trying to work it out. Now the Falcons through Walsh. Runs to half forward, dishes the handball off to Brownless. He's kicked, smothered. Might have been a Falcon in the back of the head of Hourigan. Ball off hands. Brownless again involved. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Half forward, out of side. Second elimination final between the Gippsland Power, who finished second in the 2018 TAC Cup home and away season. As Walsh kicks it around the body, the mark is taken by Xavier Dersma in defence. The Falcons winning through to the finals after defeating Calder last week in the wildcard round up at Mars Stadium. Hourigan stepped off his mark, and meaning that it is a minor score the way of the Geelong Falcons to get us underway. So Gippsland just working around the defensive line. Dersma has put it out on the full. I reckon that's his first blemish of the 2018 season, Crooksy.
Now they go inboard. Oscar Brownless. Brownless. Oh, comes off the hands there of McHenry. Gippsland. Go out wide. Good work. Flanders. Kick inside 50, and the mark is taken by Josh Smith. As we said in the previous match, it's a tough little pocket to kick a goal from here. Smith having a bit of a look around. Settles back in to have a set shot. He's going to kick from 45 metres. Gives it a fair old crack.
Jeez.
Oh, that is an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender early doors. What a kick. That just faded in nicely. Had a nice little draw to it. And that is Gippsland's first on the NG scoreboard. They are 1 goal straight 6. The Geelong Falcons are 1 behind. And we are 2.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Approximately.
Approximately.
The starting times have again caught us on the hop this week.
It's a quick changeover, I can promise you.
Tell you what, I can recommend those pies, though. They were magnificent as the ball is wrapped up in the middle and the umpire says holding the fall. Free kick to go the way of the Gippsland Power. And they bring it wide, searching Nick Loden. Goes inside, attacking 50 with the kick. Oh, in front, Mosquito.
Oh,
Mosquito. Oh, That's the AFL Draft Central goal of the day.
We had a clubhouse leader, and Mosquito has just shot to the top of the table. That is Gippsland's second. They move on to 2 goals straight, 12 on the NG scoreboard, and we are 3.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock. That was a beauty. Big pack of players. There's about 15 players inside the goal square at that point. Up she goes. Geelong through Brownless. Beautiful clearance. Man on the lead. Slingshong couldn't take it. Brownless follows up. Gets it. Kicks around the corner. Out in the full. Oscar Brownless, son of Billy. Be up for father-son this year. Brock Smith to bring the ball back in for Gippsland. Kicks out to half-back. Walsh. Does the old give and get. He'll wheel round. Gets on the right boot, but is an errant kick. And 50 metres encroachment. And this will be Noah Gown. Gown. Kicks deep inside 50. Geelong a little bit lackadaisical and gets tackled in the goal square. Through for a rush behind. 2-1-13 plays 1 behind. I love the quick changeover of a double header final.
McHenry for Geelong. Boots it towards half forward, but we've got an intercept and a shot on goal. That's a beautiful kick for goal. We'll just pick up that player. Great penetrating kick on the run. Good intercept there. And that looked like Henkel. So, yeah, I got caught up in the Dandenong rooms after the game. Went down and had a quick peep. Give Ned his TAC Cup beanie. He won a jumper. They were giving out a jumper each game, number 5. So I couldn't quite catch the significance of it, but that's a weekly jumper they're giving away at the moment. So they were very pleased with Ned Carl's efforts. Right. And the Dandenong boys are heading down to Seaford for a dip. And yeah, the theme from them was to remain humble.
Remain humble.
Don't get too cocky.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So the Gippsland Power driving it towards centre wing. Should be able to make something out of this through back and kicks it along the line. Out of bounds it goes. So there's a kick and there's a kick inside 50 and Noah Gown's taken a good mark. 40 out. He's looking to play on and he does that. He's got a man running into the pocket who plays on, kicks around the corner. Thank you very much. That's a beautiful kick around the corner. And Connolly has put it through.
You don't sound convinced, Rick.
Just rushed into this call, trying to focus on the players.
All right, NG scoreboard. I'll let Matthew call that out.
I think it's for 4-1-25 to 1 behind.
That's correct. Just down here at ground level.
Beautiful.
Siobhan.
You can do the whole scoreboard if you like, Siobhan.
Nice and big up here. I don't know about you guys up in the commentary box, but the scoreboard's working well.
I cannot see 1 ounce of it as Gippsland off half back. It's a bouncing ball taken cleanly by Connolly. Just share it by hand on that outer wing. Not under a heap of pressure, the kick down along the line. Poor mark taken by Cartledge. Out of side for the Falcons. Comes inboard with the kick. Quick handball given off and Smith hurriedly on the boot. Bouncing ball Tackle there from Mensch. Falcons able to extract it. Sprague inside 50. Odoon just fell a little short of him. As it's all wrapped up, the umpire comes in, says, give it to me and I'll ball it up.
Both players there not shirking the issue. Morton putting his head right over it there.
And of course we should say, as good a season as Dandenong has had, Gippsland hasn't been far behind them either.
They've been very impressive throughout the 2018 season as the umpire calls for another stoppage. So the Falcons attacking 50. 8.5 gone on the Technica time clock in this opening term. So it's hurried out by Sarong, turned over. The kick will come back inside thanks to Schlenschog. It's turned over. Mark taken by Josh Smith. Flicks it out wide. Beck on half back. Pops it over the top. Gippsland work it to the centre wing on the outer side, where the tackle is applied by Patterson to hold things up. Ball it up, centre wing, city side of Icon Park. There's a 24-point lead to the Gippsland Power.
Up they go, Slensog slaps it and towards that boundary line.
It's easy for you to say, Rick.
Now they'll work it out, the Falcons, and drive it towards half forward. Tap towards the boundary line. Just grabbed by Sprague, brings it back in. Gippsland getting numbers back just to hold up the Falcons, but now they've got support and they drive it towards full forward. Top of the square. Oh, he lost him but didn't go the other way and opted for the handball, and they've missed. He lost his player and all he had to do was run around there, Morton, and kick the goal, but went backwards. So the Power to drive it out if that defensive halfback area. Smith barrelling his way through. That was intercepted that time by McHenry. Goes back inboard, but now it's with Sarong. Sarong gets it across, but his other number 2 in Torpy grabs it for Geelong. He'll play on the left and kick down towards half forward. Out in front. They bring it to ground. Here's a chance. Oh, good work, McHenry, to get it out, but a good tackle there. Sees Beck with the ball, gives it to Baldy. Baldy kicks to the wing. Just, it's kept in and then managed to go out. I think Baldy was in a long sleeve the last time we called.
He was. Gippsland definitely started this game, or settled into this game, a lot quicker than the Falcons.
So throw in, Gippsland. Was there a high tackle? There was. Free kick will go the way of Baldy. Riley Baldy, centre wing outer side, goes short with the kick. Hits up his teammate, who goes long in the gown direction. Ball off hands. He goes back in after it, does Noah Gown. Bouncing ball, top of the goal square. Under a heap of pressure is Ham. They're composed enough to work it free, though, the Falcons. They get it to Mensch. He got dealt with after the kick, so the Falcons to get the free kick, and they take the advantage. Bruin on the run, gave the handball off to Walsh, who's run into a brick wall in Beck. Somehow they've managed to work it clear here, Geelong. Madigan got around a tackle. He gets it to Brownless. A little bit scrappy, but okay to Rayner on the outer side. Taps the ball in front of himself. Baldy on his hammer. Stops props. Good work there to get the ball across to White at half forward for the Falcons. Takes the mark, 50 from home. Assesses his options. Loads it up. Too hot, though, for Idoon. Goes well over his head, out on the full, and a free kick will go the way of the Gippsland Power in the back pocket outer side.
Haven't settled yet, the Falcons. That's just a poor decision making.
Even that last passage coming through the middle.
Kicked out by Reid, down towards half back. They bring it to ground, around the 50-metre mark. Trying to work it out of there, the Power, but Geelong have got the answers at the moment. And we'll have a ball up, 55 out from the Falcons' goal. Quite a lot around this one. Bit of body work there. They tap it down, that time Henkel. Kick out of trouble. That was Patterson, down towards centre wing. Just see if they can hold it in there. Geelong with numbers again. They work it out of there. Should be able to force it down to inside 50. Trying to work it out of that area. And they centre it in a nice mark. Good strong mark out in front. And that is Idoon.
Connor Idoon.
Who was named in the back pocket.
Full back, I think he was.
In the team of the year for TAC Cup.
So Idoon's going to kick from 45 out. Not much of an angle. It's not a hard kick from that angle normally here at Icon Park. Comes in, keeps it low, beautiful kick for goal. That's through the middle. Idoon puts it on the board. We'll just grab that score update.
4-1-25. Oh, sorry. 4-1-25 Gippsland Power now. Geelong 1-2-8.
On the NG scoreboard.
9 minutes. It's going backwards here. 9 minutes 50 left in the quarter.
On the Technica time clock.
Ball back in the middle. And the umpire says there's a bit of holding and it will go the way of the Geelong Falcons. So starting to get their hands on the footy. Stevens goes long. He's turned it over though, and the mark is taken by the Gippsland Power on half back. Short ball to Flanders. Goes wide. They work it down the outer side, the Power, in the direction of Gown. Oh, that's an executive maintenance mark of the day contender. Had 4 to beat. Took it on his chest. The kick inside 50, searching there for Pepper. Ball dribbles over the boundary line and out of play.
Just from ground level, it's actually really shocking to see how tall Noah Gown actually is. He's 193 centimetres, but he certainly is an imposing presence on the ground.
They bring it to ground. Noah Gown getting it again. He's probably a 720 tackle that. Had to give it eventually, the umpire. Went around twice in a circle. And good tackling that time by Lockie Smith, who's at full back at the minute and will kick to a long lead all on his own. Lovely pinpoint. And that was beautifully executed at that time by Ham. Down towards the runner in Harris. He kicks wide of the goal square. There was a mark taken, but it's through from behind, the umpire will call.
What a lovely transfer of play from one end of the ground to the other. Just perfect, except for the kick for goal.
Intercept mark taken by Page, who pops it inside 50. Ball off hands. Power. Under pressure, Loden. They eventually work it out of the contest and they'll bring it towards the broadcast side where Brun takes it just in from the boundary line. Half-back flank. 4-1-25, plays 1-3-9. A slips catch there taken by Connolly on half-back. His kick not great. Page got the intercept. He's then dragged into the turf by Sparks. The umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Just attacking side of the broadcast wing for the Geelong Falcons. So we tick over 17 minutes on the Technica time clock in this opening term. Ball's tapped back towards the boundary line. Patterson seeing it over and out of play.
Conditions perfect for footy here at Icon Park. Beautiful sunny day. They'll throw the ball in, commentary side of the ground. Beautiful tap down and sharked away nicely that time by Sarong. He kicks it to half forward, thumped away just players slipped at the crucial stage and they'll get it out and work it along through Ham down towards half forward. Ball's a bouncing one, it's an odd ball. Comes back inside. Trying to work it out of there, that time was Motton. He gives it to Sarong. Just can't get away at the moment. And out of bounds it goes. A lot of instructions from the boundary. Good throw in. Smith to the front. They'll get it out of here if the advantage wasn't paid. Should have been in that situation. Sarong goes back to full back here. And Reid. He'll work it across the other side. Oh, another slip. That was worked over by Hurigan. They're using the footy nicely. Nice hit up. The power, working it through Connolly this time. Down towards half forward. Up they go. Oh, big fly for an executive maintenance mark of the day. Didn't bring it to ground. Now Gown trying to barge his way through. Oh, pretty serious tackling going on over there. And it's a ball up. No clear winner there. Baldy sharks it and works it along the boundary line to Connolly. Out of bounds it goes. Gippsland attacking at half forward.
19 gone, opening term on the Technica time clock, 4:1:25. Gippsland leading Geelong 139 on the NG scoreboard. It's brought back into play. Ball spills free. Hurry kick from Mensch towards centre half forward. Idun, his handball was cut off. Working overtime is Dalhouse to try and evade traffic. Gets it back to Idun on half forward. Geelong get a kick to the top of the goal square and they'll get a mark. Blake Schlensog gets it. Schlensog takes the mark on a slight angle about 15 metres out from goal.
It's a hard one to roll off the tongue quickly, Matthew. I've had trouble since I first started calling.
There's only one L. You've got to remember that.
That doesn't help. Blake comes in. This would be a nice little steadier for the Geelong Falcons. And he puts it through to Schlensog. And that moves the Geelong Falcons on to 2-3-15 on the NG scoreboard, trailing by 10 points, 4-1-25, the Gippsland Power, as we head towards 21 minutes in the opening term on the Technica time clock. And those clipboard people that we're a fan of, that passage of play on the outer side, noticing they're back up in the top of the Richard Pratt stand on the outer side of the ground once again. There's a couple way up high in the last row.
Back in the middle. No clear winner there.
They'll do anything to get into a nice quiet area where no one else can see them.
Or copy their homework.
Trying to get a kick out, but it just went back into the middle. They should be able to clear through Brownless here, Geelong. Get it at the outer side. Patterson intercepts. Oh, good one-hand pick-up. But it's going to be intercepted by Brownless again. They had support. Baldy got back. Helped out the Power there. They bring it to ground. Again, it's no clear winners here. Good pressure by the Falcons. Out of bounds it goes.
Falcons have worked themselves back into the game here. Just seems to have slowed Gippsland down a tad.
Tossed back in. Dersma is able to hold things up as Walsh tried to extract it. The umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Centre wing, city side of Icon Park. A couple of casualties off the contest as Gippsland. Loudon tried to get a hurried kick on the boot. All just being pushed forward for the Falcons. Dalhouse trying to extract it. He's wrapped up. The umpire says we're going nowhere. And I will ball it up. Attacking side of the outer wing for the Geelong Falcons. They trail by 10 points as we head towards quarter time here at Icon Park. Hurried kick on the boot. Searching there for Pepper. And the umpire's picked out a free kick going the way of Rayner for some desperation on the outer wing. Ball work to Brownless. High ball. Inside 50. Turns to the defensive 50 as mopping up is Smith. Flicks it wide. Mark taken by Baldy on the half-back flank outer side. Pops it up again in the Pepper direction. Went through his hands, but they're able to mop up here, Gippsland. Pepper kept running, received the handball. Kicks it inside, attacking 50, looking for Smith, who takes the mark.
Perfect example of a player keeping his eye on the ball. Let his defending his opponent right underneath it, got his body in front, then had his eye on the ball the whole time and just took a very easy mark in front of his eyes.
So Josh Smith will line up from goal for goal number 2. 45-degree angle. We'll have to kick it from about 25-30 metres out. Right foot kick on its way. Goal umpire did not move. Not a bad one to get on the siren of quarter time here at Icon Park. 5-1-31. The Gippsland Power leading the Geelong Falcons 2-3-15. And the goal kickers, 1 to Mosquito, Connolly, 2 to Smith, and 1 to Henkel. The 2 goal kickers so far for the Geelong Falcons were Connor O'Doon and Blake Schlensog. We'll take a break here on TAC Cup Radio on the live stream through taccup.com.au.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Welcome back to Icon Park. We're at quarter time in the second elimination final. It is the Gippsland Power 5-1-31 leading the Geelong Falcons. We might just get that score checked from Siobhan after she finishes up with the interview down on ground level. Siobhan, with the Gippsland Power talent manager.
Yes, I'm here with Peter Francis, the talent manager of the Gippsland Power. It was a really, really positive start from the boys. You let Geelong in that second bit of that first quarter. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, look, we were really pleased with the start. You know, they were up and about and moving the ball really quickly, getting it forward, and then it felt like we just relaxed a little bit and allowed them to just get back into the game again. But, you know, that last goal by Smith was a really handy one. And, look, first quarter, we said we were going to be 5 goals to 2 at quarter time. Before the game, I take it every day of the week. So, yeah, pleased with the start, but the boys need to lift that intensity again in this second quarter, make sure they get off to a good start again.
How was the feeling in the rooms before the game? Obviously a big final elimination. How does that differ to a normal home and away game?
Oh, I think it differs massively. You know, obviously intensity goes up with the final every time, and you can see that at the start of the game. And the boys were really excited. I think obviously a little bit nervous, but really excited about it. And they trained really well on Wednesday night, and you know, looking forward to the game. So I think, you know, spring, it's the weather's beautiful, great day for footy, and yeah, no, definitely excited. And
just quickly, you mentioned Josh Smith before, kicked 2 goals, had a really good start. Looks an imposing presence in the forward line. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah, look, he come in. He was in our 15s and 16s, but didn't play because he had operations on his knees both years. But you know, we thought that he could be a really good player. He's lost around about 15 kilos this year, so you know, he's done an absolutely magnificent effort. Credit goes to our dietitian, but he's an imposing figure. He's a big boy. He's got a little bit of nastiness in him as well, but he's a beautiful kick, similar to Lockett. He's got a real turn of speed as well on the lead, and but a magnificent kick for goal. So yeah, he's an exciting talent, and one that's only going to get better and better because he's a bottom age player, and we're really excited about what he can do.
And just lastly, in that first bit of the first quarter, your pressure seemed to be right up. Is that a focus that you've had bring into this game?
Most definitely, yeah, most definitely. We wanted to bring the pressure early and really put the heat on Geelong, and I think they did that. So, and that resulted in those first 4 goals.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time, Peter.
No worries.
Thank you to Siobhan down there with Peter Francis, the talent manager of the Gippsland Power. And just as you're coming from the ground, Siobhan, can you just confirm the score with us here at Icon Park?
Yes, Gippsland Power 5 goals 1-31 to the Geelong Falcons 2 goals 3-15. Good start by the Gippsland Power. In the huddle just then looked like they were all really up and about and ready for the fight.
Thank you to Siobhan controlling the boundary for us in this second elimination final here at Icon Park.
I thought the score represented the way the game was played in the first quarter. Gippsland got out of the blocks very, very quickly and played like a team that did finish second on the ladder and had their best season in the last 5 or 6 years. Against a team, Rick, I think, where'd Geelong finish? 11th? 10th?
Yeah, they were outside. 10th, I think it was 10th.
Yeah, so, you know, they beat Calder last week by a point. So it's sort of weighing up a little bit that way. But I thought halfway through the quarter, Geelong just got a bit of self-belief and started to go in with a bit more system, and it paid a few dividends for them. But, gee, they're quick. Gippsland, they're very quick, they're very precise, and they've got some very good targets up forward.
We should just wait for the last few stragglers to leave the field here at Icon Park. It's the Gippsland Power 5-1-31 leading the Geelong Falcons 2-3-15 to get us underway for the second term. Here's Rick Morris.
Up they go, tapped down by Conway. Trying to work it clear, but another ball up. in the middle of the ground. Henkel using his body, then slapped towards centre half forward for the Geelong Falcons and kicked down towards goal. It's bouncing by Torpy and through for a behind. They'll play on straight away here. They've got numbers out defensive side, city side of the ground. Dersmit, he'll run on and kick long, but overcooks it in the hands now of Jesse Clark, who will kick from centre wing. Clark goes inboard, Baldy the intercept. They'll pump it forward towards half forward through Flanders, down towards big Josh Smith, or sorry, it was Brock Smith. Hang on, I'm getting had it right the first time. Big Josh. I'll just call him Smith in future. Can't go wrong. Anyway, Gippsland. They'll work it inside 50. Down towards full forward. Thumped away. Oh, juggling attempt. Play on's a call. Be sharked away and taken by Cartledge. He goes wide, but they're not out of trouble yet. Hodge leans on it. Gets it and gets tackled in the process. Can't quite get away. Players' bodies falling over. They still can't get... Oh, superb tackle. That was Flanders. They get it back inboard and out of bounds it goes.
That was ferocious tackling there. Just...
He's a strong boy, Flanders.
Ball brought back in. Off hands. Power. Baldy pops it inboard, where our man Xavier Dersma takes the mark on a 45-degree angle about 40 metres out from goal.
This is the player that I'd want to have the ball in the hands of. He's a magnificent kick.
Not only that, he's just the player that I'd like on a certain AFL clubs list.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Wearing a red and black jumper, I think it would suit him. Don't think he's going to fall that far in the draft, though. A very impressive young man that we interviewed out at Shepley Oval in the midpoint of the year. And
what a kick.
Has split the middle for his first goal. And that moves the Gippsland Power on to 6-1-37, leading the Geelong Falcons 2-4-16 on the NG scoreboard. About 3 minutes in to the second term on the Technica time clock.
Good start for the Gippsland Power. They've just they're playing in about 5th gear, and Geelong are just in about 3rd, going into 4th gear at the moment. Falcons will need to pick it up.
Back in the middle, up they go. Conway gets a fingertip on it. Tries and gets it back, but this time Henkel gets it. Goes wide down towards the pocket. Over the back it goes. Oh, Smith grabbed it.
Free kick.
So the free kick, that's taken by Hollenkamp. Should be able to chip it over here if he spots his man. Not enough talk out there. They'll bomb it to half back and bring it to ground. Oh, there was Walsh, gives it off. Well, that was McHenry, sorry. Kicks down towards half forward. Or good spoil. Walsh the tackler. And we'll have a ball up, almost at centre wing.
McHenry named best of field last week from our
Has
votes.
Walsh been a bit quiet so far?
Yeah, it hasn't overly featured.
Back down towards half forward it goes. Flanders forcing it forward and out of bounds it goes under the commentary.
Just an observation from ground level. The Gippsland Power Boys seem to be really aggressive in and around the contest. There's been plenty of solid bumps put on in the first part of the second quarter.
Ball tossed back into play. Sarong Brownless lost control of it. Motton coming through, got wrapped up. And the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Toss back into the air, grabbing it out was Henkel. I'm able to move it too far. Connolly got dispossessed. Walsh sends the handball backwards to Ham. Under pressure, coughed it up. Gown gave it across to Beck. Puts it to the left-hand side. And a minor score. 6-2-38, the Gippsland Power lead. The Geelong Falcons 2-4-16 on the NG scoreboard. 6 gone in the second term on the Technica time clock. Mosquito just overran the footy. Trying to get it out of there was McGannon. Eventually they work it clear. Sarong at half forward for the Gippsland Power. Goes inside attacking 50. Ball cut off. Falcons send it out. They're looking for Dalhouse on the outer wing. Sends the handball over the top. Sprague pushed it forward where the mark is taken by Hourigan for the Gippsland Power. Retreats defensively to Patterson. The harder defensive 50. Has a free player on out wide. Bant Velzen puts it over the top. And Gippsland, they were working it down the line, trying to get it to Neocleos. They have not got that right once this season.
Although Harvey doesn't look as though the normal, your traditional Neocleus name.
No. 50 metres out from the Power goal. Trying to work it out of there. Sarong with the handoff. And firing loosely there, Baldy.
Had a beautiful spin on the ball there.
Yes, just probably wasn't where he was intending.
Gippsland have got a heap of pressure on here. Geelong really struggling to get it out of defence.
They boot it to half back. They're back on the 50-metre line, and it's with Stevens. Cooper Stevens goes to Cartledge and gets it wide. They've got a runner there if he can take off and go back inboard. Nice delivery. Take by White. White just looking for a lead. He's got one. He's just got to make it, but he didn't connect well. And a nice intercept that time. Now that's kick smothered in the middle of the ground. This is a turnover to Geelong and a soccer kick off the ground. Finds Morton. Morton, he'll boot it down towards a lead, but it's a one-on-one. Good body work there. They try and work it out. Oh, here's a snap. He's missed.
He missed it.
Absolute sitter. Torpy.
Tried some fancy banana bender. I'm not quite sure what you call that kick.
I think it was a kick off the side of the boot.
And he tried to kick it out of into Royal Parade there. He just needed to put it straight through.
Smith gives the handball to Beck, who got crunched, and the umpire says has won himself a free kick. So on half-back, Bailey Beck for the Gippsland Power. Puts a long ball. Geez, it's close to the boundary line, and it's gone out on the full. Just being called to come around on the mark. Madigan to take it, defensive side of the outer wing. Retreats a long way backwards to Cartledge. And then sends it inboard to Brownless, who gets it to the two centre circles. Stevens takes the mark. A push out. And it will go the way of the Falcons, and it will go the way of Sam Walsh. Indicates he wants to go long, winds up, high ball, top of the goal square for the Geelong Falcons. Comes off hands, front and centre there was White, got claimed, umpire says play on. And now says give it to me, I will ball it up. About 30 metres out from goal. Ball tapped down. Stevens got caught, so too did their Smith for the Falcons. Clearing kick now from Flanders. It's a high one. Pepper sitting underneath it. Had pressure from Clark. Ball close to the boundary line. Hollenkamp did well to keep it in, but then got caught. The umpire says had no prior opportunity, and I will ball it up. Attacking side of the outer wing for the Falcons. They're 2-5-17, trailing the Gippsland Power 6-2-38 in the second elimination final here at Icon Park. That's on the NG scoreboard, and we're 10 minutes into the second term on the Technica time clock.
Kick partially smothered. Now, they've won it back here, the Falcons. I'm liking their pressure they've brought to this game. Nice pick up on the scoop by Ham. He kicks down towards full forward. Oh, juggling mark not taken. It's only 12 metres out. And we've had a shot on goal and it's gone through. Nice work that time by Big Sprague. And gets the goal out of nothing, really. Just came from nowhere, that one.
Well, Charlie still living off the glory of the famous behind last week in the last minute to give the Falcons the wild card win. And that's just exactly what the Falcons needed, just to keep in touch. They're trying hard. There's no...
I think they're having a red hot crack.
I'm being a bit hard on them, but I think they're better than what they're showing.
Ooh.
Just need to get some rhythm in the game. That's, I think, the missing link at the moment. The pressure from Gippsland just rattling them at the moment. Flanders fires the handball out, taken by Walsh on half-back, flicks the ball wide, and off to the races now is Torpy. Took one bounce centre wing, broadcast side. The kick inside, attacking 50. Was stolen there from Sparks. Just pops it into the pocket. Hourigan sends it towards the outer wing. Bounced awkwardly for everyone. Mensch coming through. Went to the turf. Duursma hovering over the top of it. The umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. So we've got a Gippsland player in the hands of the trainer. Just off the contest. Slowly getting to his feet. Oh.
Is that Noah Gown, boys?
I'll pick it up for you.
Doesn't look good.
Hard to tell just at the minute.
They're calling for the stretcher.
So we'll have a small break in play.
Still trying to work out who that is. It's not Noah Gown because he's just walking from centre half forward.
They got to their feet and then just knelt down on the ground, so it doesn't look good.
Nose. He's in a fair bit of pain.
Not quite sure what
the
incident was either. That
he has been in that spot for a little while too.
The Gippsland trainers are now running out with a stretcher.
So a pause in play here. Well, it is
just a score check, Matt.
6-2-38 the Gippsland Power, leading the Geelong Falcons 3-5-23 on the NG scoreboard. We're about 11 minutes in, I think, when time was called for the stretcher, which means we'll get a pause in play.
Just around the ground at the 20, I just noted at the 27-minute mark, Richmond were leading Essendon by 1 point, 9-10 to 9-9, and I've just checked again, and at full time, Essendon 10-9-69 have beaten Richmond 9-10-64, and the Bombers go forward to the preliminary final next weekend. Josh Green kicked 3, James Stewart kicked 2.
That's enough of that.
Danny Unan, good Northern Footy League boy from plays at Bundoora or McLeod.
Rick, I think it's Ben Felsen.
Ben Felsen, yeah. It's an unusual one, this one, because he...
Teammates
they put him on a stretcher, but it wasn't like he couldn't get on it. It was... They're very careful how they're moving him. He was in a like a praying position, wasn't he?
Just sort of down on one knee, like he's going to be knighted. that sort of
So, but they didn't want to move him.
As he went to walk, it was almost like he lost all. Like he just fell straight back down
again.
He might have copped a knock to the head.
Let's hope he's okay. Fingers crossed.
Stretcher now bringing Benvilson from the ground. So the score here at Icon Park, 6-2-38. The Gippsland Power leading the Geelong Falcons 3-5-23 on the NG scoreboard. And I'd suggest we're going to have about 3.
So surely they stopped the clock on this one.
Well,
Yep, they had.
they had.
Then the timekeeper's got his hand over the top of the button to recommence in the box next door to us. So
Is that Barb over there?
Barb is there.
They've got him on his side, boys, so hopefully it's nothing too serious, but they are being ultra cautious. They've got it on his side.
So we're about to get things back under the way. Out of side. Gippsland will get the clearing kick. Pepper pushed underneath it. Walsh coming through. Bit of a chaos ball on the centre wing. Beck, he's run down by Dalhouse, and the umpire says holding the ball. Geelong want to move it quickly. The kick inboard is good. Mark taken by Smith of the Falcons. Goes inside attacking 50 with the kick. Ball off hands. Caught, Brownless, taken into the turf by Loudon. The umpire says it was holding the ball, as you heard through the effects mic. And a free kick will go away of Loudon in defensive 50 for the Gippsland Power. Rick.
Loudon in front of the gymnasium will go wide. He's found Beck. Beck's had a pretty good month. He'll kick down the line. He's looking for Smith. Over the top it goes. Noah Gown had it and lost it. Now to bounds in front of the interchange area. Right underneath us. We'll get a good handle on this one. Big Conway up against Henkel in the ruck. Up they go. Conway taps it to the front. Brownless went without it. Oh, trying to barge through Loudon. He gets it out to Beck, who hurries it down towards half forward, and a juggling mark in defence that time to Clark. He goes wide to Walsh. They'll work it further afield. Good work that time. Bruin down towards half forward, but an intercept this time. He went to ground, so it allowed Geelong in here through Torpy. Torpy on the left, gets it to Slensog. He's 55 out. He shoots it to Walsh, just inside 50. So he's going to have to kick from 52. So never easy here at Icon Park to clear 50 metres.
Important kick though. They kick this, I think they get a little bit of a whiff.
Walsh comes in from 51, gets under it a bit. Up to the square, up they go, Big Mark. Oh, hang on. I had my eye on the power player there, but they've given it to Idoon, who's come out with it.
I think they've paid the man in front.
Yeah, 2 players had it.
Yeah, it was Reid for Gippsland.
And Idoon had them, and that's rightly so if he was in front and had enough of it. Good goal to Geelong Falcons.
Gippsland boys certainly not happy with that decision.
Okay. So it might have been... well, I was brought up in an era where you always paid the man in front, so that's how they paid it that time.
Good old-fashioned adjudicating from the umpire.
Is this the right score there, Matt?
It is.
6-2-38 to 4-5-29. I'm impressed with the Falcons today. They're bringing it to ground here in the middle. Sarong goes after it, but we'll have a ball up and get ready to go again.
And they know how to perform in finals, given they are the reigning premiers of the TAC Cup.
Yep.
Defeating Sandringham last year with a ball's pushed forward for them now. Ham overran it, juggling it and somehow managing to get the kick away there. Vanderpleit goes towards centre wing on the outer side. Falcons, though, with all the numbers. The handball comes inboard to Lachlan Smith. Hits up a target in Stevens. Flicks the ball towards the broadcast side. McHenry runs onto it. Had a moment to think of where he was going to put it and went straight down the throat of Charlie Sprague. 45-degree angle. Will have to kick from about 50 metres out from goal. As we tick towards 20 minutes on the Technica time clock in the second term. We will have added time due to the stretcher halfway through it. Sprague's put that one out on the full.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one. Crooksy not impressed.
Peter Williams, a big fan of Charlie Sprague, one to keep an eye on going forward.
A solid lad, isn't he?
What is he? 187 and 79. I'd say he might have grown a bit since then.
As the kick, oh geez, it was nearly clunked there from Conway. The umpires said he did clunk it. So Conway will have the ball just outside attacking 50. Broadcast side of Icon Park. Lobs one up high towards the top of the goal square. Pack flies. Idoon front and centre, got it to Walsh. Hurried snap on the boot. Drifts across the face and through for a minor score. 4-6-30 the Geelong Falcons move to 6-2-38 the Gippsland Power, who just suggest need a little bit of a steadier at the moment. Reid, inside defensive 50, brings it wide. Mark taken there by Patterson, very close to the boundary line. Dersma takes it on the paint. Assesses his options. Chips it down. Gown, a good grab. Takes it defensive side of the broadcast wing. Long ball. Coming back, Conway brought the ball to ground. Gippsland, the hurried handball doesn't really favour Mosquito, goes to the turf. Unable to trap it there was Brune, the umpire says. Play on. Now says give it to me, I'll ball it up. Attacking side of the broadcast wing.
This is developing into a very good elimination final.
Tapped down by Conway. Gets it to ground. They can't get away with it. Kick out by Baldy. There's a free kick. Bit of a hold there. And was it Cooper Stevens? Yeah. Man with two surnames. Gives it to Walsh. Starting to work his way into the game. Sam Walsh, the best player in this competition. Kicks down towards half forward. Gets it to ground. They'll work it out of there. Motton gives off the handball. They got the run. And a bit of a kick downfield. Yeah, just caught him over the back of the ear. It does slide over the back when you've got a crew cut like he has. Pretty easy for the arm to slide over the back.
No resistance?
A bit not like our boy Isaac Claynor.
This guy's got a fair haircut on him as well. This is Harvey.
Harvey. Neocleus. Comes in from 40 metres out. Not much of an angle. And kicks. Beautiful connection. And that's through for a goal. And I think it was a steadier they needed there.
My word.
And I think McGannon was the one that copped that high one downfield.
Yes, it was. He was the one that delivered that long booming kick, but resulted in the free kick.
So the scoreboard now 7-2-44. Bit of a steadier to the Power, to 4-6-30 to the Geelong Falcons, and we've got a good game on our hand. And how many minutes in are we, Siobhan?
22.
So Power just having a bit of a resurgence in the last couple of minutes. The kick inside attacking 50 is cut off by Cartledge. Back pocket city side of Icon Park. Wants to bring it towards the broadcast side. He's got to get rid of it because he's under a heap of pressure from Pepper, who causes the spoil. He should be rewarded here, and he will be. Great work from Harrison Pepper on the goal line. Created an opportunity. And he'll be brought around on a tight angle.
Every Gippsland Power player on the ground was clapping that. That was fantastic.
And if he kicks this, we're going to need a sponsor for the play of the day. But he hasn't, so we don't.
That was a case, so I don't know if the player couldn't hear or what was going on, but McHenry was all alone in this pocket. He wanted to switch play, and he took him a minute before he actually did it.
I don't know who that kick was to, but Motton's kicked that little one. Around the corner they'll go. Kick to the goal square, round the corner. A beautiful kick by Leo Connolly for a goal. Just got the nice leg break at the last minute, cleared the pack and went through for a goal. Great work, and it wasn't a great kick from the defender there at Geelong. Just opened it up for the Power, and they've really bounced back in this last 5 minutes, 8-3-51 to 4-6-30. Sensing a bit of trouble there, they've just upped the ante there.
Yeah, it's disappointing for Geelong. They've had a really good quarter, and that just last few minutes is going to cost them, I think.
So back in the middle, Gown won the tap down. And then Sarong is caught. There's a fair bit going off. And there'll be a free kick. Baldy and...
Bit of feeling in the game.
Yeah. Schlenschlog. Schlengsog. Not Schlog. Jeez. Dalhouse. Half forward to Idoon. Long ball, top of the goal square. Oh, jeez, they just rushed that through there. Gippsland, they were lucky. 4-7-31. Plays 8-3-51. Geelong trailing by 20 points, approaching half-time here at Icon Park. Gown wide. There's a push and a free kick will go the way of Bailey Beck.
Have a bit of a breather, Matty.
Yeah, take over.
Gather your thoughts, mate. Get it down to half forward here now, the Power, and thumped over the line. So quite a few around this one. Now we've got Slensog up against Smith.
How can you say that so easily?
Smith gets the front tap out, and Dersman's kick was smothered by Walsh. They bring it to ground, out of bounds.
You better give me a lesson at half
Oh,
time.
Walshy not happy there with Sarong. So we've got a ball in centre wing here, and that is half time here at Icon Park for game 2 on Saturday. 8-3-51 the Gippsland Power to Geelong 4-7-31, a 20-point margin. We'll just get Siobhan to confirm that.
Yes, 8-3-51 to Geelong 4-7-31.
And yeah, that last 5 minutes, Crooksy, Gippsland turned it on.
Geelong did all the hard work to get themselves back into a position where they, the game was not quite even, but they were well within striking distance, and a bit of lack of discipline and a lack of talk and quick movement of the ball cost them 2 goals late in that quarter. So they take a 20-point lead. The goal kickers, Matt?
2 apiece for the Gippsland Power to Leo Connolly and Josh Smith. Singles to Dersma, Mosquito, Neocleos, thank you. Right. Ryland Henkel.
Rick's got Blake Schlensog and
Harvey Neocleos,
and he's bumbled over Josh and Brock Smith. Work that
just
out,
leave
folks.
the tongue twisters to me, and you stick with the
line and length.
Geelong, well, there's one about to come up. Geelong, Connor Idoon's kick 2, 1 to Charlie Sprague, and 1 Rick to Blake. No support there, Blake Schlensog.
All right, we'll take a break here from Icon Park. big winner in the first game, Dandenong Stingrays by 110 points. And we've got Gippsland leading by 10, and Essendon won the VFL by 5. Thanks to AFL Victoria. You are watching us live through the TAC Cup website.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or Nixon Finance at bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL Draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you'd expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Icon Park, half-time, and it is the Gippsland Power holding sway by 20 points over the Geelong Falcons. What did you make of the first half, Rick?
Yeah, the Power obviously have a lot of talent through this whole lineup. Some really good players, and they're all playing pretty well. Sarong, Flanders, Dersma, Baldy, Beck's playing well. So, you know, they set the pattern of the game, but I have liked the way Geelong have gone about it. Their work rate has been up to speed and really making the Gippsland Power work for it. Remembering the Power finished second and the Geelong Falcons finished outside the 8th and 10th place. So there's a bit of a mismatch if you take it over the whole year.
Yep.
But, you know, the idea of the wildcard round was to give these teams that haven't had their full lists an opportunity to bring their best footy to around that finals time. So Geelong were one who won that wildcard round and snuck in by a point. So they won the right to play this final. And they've got some classy players around the ground as well with Ed McHenry. You just saw Sam Walsh start to step it up, Braden Ham as well, but they just couldn't sustain it for that full 25 minutes. As just late in that period, the last couple of goals really hurt them because they were way in touch around the mark there, and then Gippsland went bang bang and shot out to a 20-point lead.
How do we think the wild card rounds worked? Given today we've seen the results, the two sides that snuck in.
Yeah, my only concern with I don't mind the wild card concept because it does give teams that have been haven't had the representation for the whole year with the school footy, etc., and the championship footy. Some teams have more representation than others, but at the same time, you're going to get this result where one plays 8 and 2 plays 7, I think it is.
Yep.
So you're going to, naturally you're going to get these type of blowouts.
It can happen. Siobhan, we didn't get a chance at the start of the game to go through some player watches for you. Did you have any picked out for this game?
I did. For the Gippsland Power, I've been keeping my eye on Riley Baldy. Last time, I think it was a couple of weeks back when we covered a Gippsland Power game, him and Xavier, it was down at Mars Stadium, him and Xavier Dersma were absolutely excellent And I thought he'd be one to look out for today. And again, he's been really good in and around the midfield, can push forward. And for the Geelong Falcons, I had my eye on Cooper Cartledge, who plays in defence. And again, last week against the Oakley... against the Calder Cannons, he was fantastic in defence, took lots of very good intercept marks. So I've been keeping an eye on him, and he's also played a relatively good game today.
I'd agree with that. I would agree with that.
Good springboard off half-back.
The four of us were at the Morris Medal last Sunday night, which saw Liam Stocker win it with 2 votes in the last round.
Yeah, and we actually called that game, so it could have gone anyway. Actually, we voted Matt Cottrell best on ground that day, but he didn't get a vote in the rounds. He had something like 24, 25 possessions.
Shows how much we know.
No, Siobhan, it shows how much they know.
We thought his bright red hair might have stood out that game, but Stocker was great. He got 30 plus in that game, so deserved to win. And the one we thought that might be the Smoky actually nearly stole it in Connor Tharr.
16 votes, runner-up for the Western Jets. The one that surprised us was Tubon Sinavilagi, racking up 14 votes on the night, finishing equal third with Campbell Huswaite and Geelong's Sam Walsh. Xavier O'Halloran for the Western Jets and Xavier Dersma tied on 13 apiece. Then it was Eli Smith and Charlie Wilson with 12 each. So a lot of doubling up here. Irving Mosquito 11. Flanders for the Gippsland Power finished on 10 votes. Bailey Williams with 10 votes. Then Noah Gown on 9. Isaac Quaynor with 8. And Oscar Brownless also with 8 votes in the Morris Medal count last Sunday.
And I haven't had a chance. Such a busy morning to start with. We don't get to talk. Again, another highlight was Jack Higgins.
Yes.
That came on to present the medal to Liam Stocker at the end, and he was spoken to by Peter Lazar at the start. I've got my own little personal interview with him in the car park across the road in Flinders Street. When I left, I more or less left straight away as soon as it was finished, and he left straight away. And I just came into the car park, and a car pulled up to pay the ticket, and out walks Jack Higgins, and he was this far away from me, and I said, "Oh, well done, Jack. Good talk today." Blah blah blah. He goes, "Oh yeah, it was a good one. It was really so enthusiastic." I said, "Geez, I hope you beat those Hawthorn." "Oh yeah, we're going to get rid of it." I reckon I could have kept him there for an hour if he wanted to. Don't worry about the 5 cars waiting for him to pay for his ticket. He should have bought it on his way up to his car, not on the way out. But anyway, he's just such a terrific. To me, we were surprised, Rick, weren't we, that he didn't get picked up earlier?
Oh, he should have been top 10, there's no doubt. That's what we thought. Slipping through to, I think it was 18, 19, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it must have been to get to Richmond. To
get to Richmond, so that was, I thought that was just way too lenient.
It's just too low, wasn't it?
He was just too good a player. And look, if you weren't sure before, he slammed home 7 in the last game of the season that we covered down at Oakley.
And he was kicking goals like he's been kicking for Richmond this year.
Yeah, from the pockets. He was kicking sausage rolls from the pocket.
Snags.
Snags, that's right. Snags.
That's the thing, he hasn't changed. His personality hasn't changed.
His personality's changed, his style of play hasn't changed. And from what I can gather from Thursday night, I think he was named second best on ground on Thursday night.
He was fantastic Thursday night. And it's interesting, we get first look at these kids each year. And, friends that barrack for Richmond asked me about Jack Higgins, what I thought. And I said, he'll be your best small forward. Don't worry about everyone else you've got.
Yeah.
And he will push up into the midfield at times. And they were quite shocked. And they didn't know what they had in their hands.
Didn't know how good they've got it. And he's the other thing that I was just looking at the program you got for the Morris Medal. It was an award for many years. It was a bit of a curse, and not a curse, but like it usually went to the players that played the most games, not the best players and anything. But just looking at the last few winners, Hugh McLuggage, Clayton Oliver, crikey, and Jack Higgins, and so Liam Stocker's got
big shoes to fill.
He's got big shoes to fill, but he's got a good tradition to sort of keep going. So it was a good night, and that was your first Morris medal, Siobhan. What was your highlight?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. My highlight was seeing the TAC Cup Team of the Year get announced. So it was great that they factored in the players that played for Vic Country and Vic Metro, because obviously they are a bit disadvantaged in the fact that they do miss a lot of TAC Cup games. So it's great to see them get acknowledged for their work, also representing at state level. So I really enjoyed seeing those players get selected in the Team of the Year, and we all had our little debates about it. So it was absolutely fantastic.
And all the players that made the Australian Team of the Year?
The All-Australian, yeah.
All-Australian. They all managed to get a spot as well, didn't they? Even though they hadn't played those games, as Siobhan just said.
No, it was a good night. I loved the panel, hearing Justin Lepich and Anthony McDonald, Tippin Woody and Matty Lloyd and
Bridie Kennedy.
Kennedy
Was the dual best and fairest in the inaugural TAC Cup Girls season, drafted to Carlton, and I think that was, amongst all the awards given out, for me, that was one of my highlights for the night, because it was fascinating hearing the different stories, almost from the different generations of footballers coming through, from Lepich through the Dandenong Stingrays and the early days of the TAC Cup, Matty Lloyd, his brief appearance with the Western Jets and then getting drafted, McDonald, Tippin Woody and his journey through football, and then of course Bridie Kennedy, who went for a kick down at her local club and is now playing AFLW.
Good panel.
Yeah, it was a very good panel, and my highlight was the connoisseurs in the ice bucket.
You like that?
Quite tasty late in the night. Very good.
I'm not sure, Siobhan. I think Rick took a few home in his pocket.
There wasn't many left by the time we got to the bucket.
Great minds think alike. I was going to say my favourite part of the night was the ice creams, but I thought that wouldn't be great. But no, they were good. So next year, hopefully, they provide those ice creams again.
It's
and I think you can also catch a replay of the BNF on the TAC Cup website.
Yeah,
apart from the connoisseurs.
No, that was up next day, I think. They did a good job, the cameraman. Our friend Morgan took the video on the night, did a good job. Did a very good job.
Now, it's good to see those players get rewarded for their great seasons in the likes of Liam Stocker, Conather, Xavier Dersma. It's good that there's an award that they can get to acknowledge the hard work that they put in, week out.
all right. Second half action, Geelong Falcons. They've got a half to get it right. 50 minutes of footy if they want to keep their final series alive. Take it away, Rick.
Up in the middle. Henkel with the tap down. Sharked away nicely that time by Madigan. They're trying to work it down towards half forward now and leading in the race for it. It didn't matter. It went out of bounds in front of the old Legends stand. And has that stood the test of time, the old Legends stand? Very controversial back in the day when they first opened that Crooksy for the older people.
Oh, absolutely.
Where they charged $13 a seat there. And
this is 20 years ago.
20 years ago, or even longer, I reckon.
Longer, 25 years ago.
And no one went there. They said, you can stick your $13 up your jumper, Carlton.
And there's some seats up in that stand have never had a Tijuana or a bottom actually on them.
Let's hope the AFL get this ground back at some stage and get use out of these grandstands. I think it's a beautiful oval nowadays, Icon Park. Now they're trying to barge out of trouble of power and kick it through Aussie Hodge. Slensog with the pickup. It was a bit of a throw, and The ball taken by Sarong, plays on straight away. Developed into a real good footballer. Kicks out wide. Haven't seen any hangers from Caleb Sarong today.
He's a bit of a jumping jack, isn't he?
Doesn't mind a fly.
A spring heel jack, whatever that is.
So Slensog and Henkel. Baldy comes in, hacks it forward and just lands inside the line. Out of bounds it goes.
So 2 minutes into this third term on the Technica time clock. No addition to the score so far. As it's brought back in, the Gippsland Power will send it inside, attacking 50. Hollenkamp tried to get underneath it. Gippsland just sharing it by hand. Brownless. He's caught, and the umpire says, "Give it to me, I will ball it up." Just inside attacking 50 at the Royal Parade end of Icon Park. Hurry kick on the boot out of the contest towards the top of the goal square. Cartledge getting in front of Gown on that occasion takes the mark.
Cartledge on his knees there.
Thank you, Rick.
Anyway, they've intercepted again here. And Gippsland through Baldy takes the mark. He plays on straight away, and Dersma's the man. He won't let him down. Takes the mark 40 metres out.
You're quite proud of that one.
He actually did land on his knees, didn't he? So Dersma will kick from 40 metres out. Comes in, connects all right, but stays left.
That was the ideal matchup for the Gippsland Power. Kieran Rayner giving away 13 centimetres on Xavier Dersma in that contest.
So Falcons through Hollenkamp, bring the ball back in. There's Dersma. Got a handball, he went back in after it, did Dersma, came off the side of the boot though as he tried to blaze away. And it goes out on the full. Free kick to go the way of the Geelong Falcons. In defensive 50.
Just like the little polish today, Xavier. He's there and thereabouts, but he's not just finishing his work off.
Brownless sliding in to take the mark. About 30 metres out from his defensive goal. Goes long with the kick. Gown got a hand to it to scoop the momentum of it. Tried to follow it up, was unable to bring it in. Ham going to the deck. McHenry and Gown just saying g'day to each other out on the ground. And we'll ball it up. Attacking side of the centre for the Gippsland Power. As they're able to extract it, Hodge feeds the handball out to Connolly. Lost control of it, and McHenry sends the ball in the direction of Torpy. Attacking side of the outer wing for the Geelong Falcons. The kick inboard, poor. Dersma pops it on his boot. Hodge gives the handball off quickly. Patterson running past, sends it inside, attacking 50. Pepper juggling the mark. The umpire said no, didn't take it. Gown flicks the handball out of the contest. Connolly goes this way and that, unable to escape the Falcons' pressure, and the ball is seen over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in about 30 metres around from goal for the Gippsland Power. 5.5 minutes gone in the third term on the Technica time clock. It's Gippsland 8-4-52 leading the Geelong Falcons 4-7-31 as the Falcons clear to the outer wing.
And that they do. Ham just working his way around, but intercepted by Sparks. But neither team could get away with it, and Sparks throws it on the boot and gets it down towards half forward. Taken by Hollenkamp. He never had it. There'll be a free kick. Holland Camp at half-back. We saw him a fair bit in the ruck last year and been more of a defender this year. Holland Camp kicks it straight on the full. So Baldy will bring it back into play. He goes and finds Dersma over the top. Brownless takes it out of his hands. Not sure who touched it first, but it was good work by Oscar. Finds Cooper Stevens in the middle. Oh, bit of a hard tackle on Rayner. And gets a bit of a bump. And we've got a report on Henkel. And coming in hard to remonstrate that time was Brownless. It was a late bump. I don't know if he copped him high or anything. Crooksy doesn't want to say much, but
no, I'm not going to do a Sergeant Schultz. No, I don't think it was a bump, Rick. It was delivered as a bump, but it was
forceful contact,
unnecessary.
Yeah, it was 50 metres minimum.
I don't mind Brownless too. He's done that last week and now this week, running in to stick up for his teammate.
It's good remonstration.
Yeah,
not bad remonstration.
Oh, they've gone wide here and delivered it out to Hollenkamp over the top, or Slensog. Out the back it goes. And a kick out of trouble, and that's out in the full, and Geelong will pump it back into play.
I think that was notable. We were talking about Danning on the first game, how they kept kicking to the right in front of goal, whereas Geelong in that one went wide into a really non-advantage position.
Oh, that's a beautiful kick and a great take by Braden Ham. He's a classy player.
He wanted 50 too. He thought he was dealt a bit of a heavy blow.
Yeah, he was dealt pretty heavily, but it was in the contest.
May have put a bit of mayo on it.
That's exactly right. Good work, Matty. Old Ham.
We're slowly starting to rub off on you, Matt. It's taken a year or two, but we're slowly indoctrinating you.
I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing.
Ham comes in from 50. Oh, wobbler. That's a Kernahan, if ever you've seen one.
Good helicopter.
Princess Park. That was a helicopter, but went all the way through the middle. Braden Ham, nice kick in the end, through for a goal. So much needed for Geelong. And they have moved on to 5-7-37 to the Gippsland Power, 8-4-52. And that is on the NG scoreboard. And we are 9 minutes into this third quarter on the Technica time clock.
So the difference is, Siobhan, on the scoreboard?
52 to 37.
15, only 3 goals in this. Game on.
Hodge overran the footy. Doing the same thing there was McGannon, and the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up.
It was a good strike from Braden Ham. He's been switched between forward and back for majority of the year, but I'd keep him forward for this game.
So it was a champagne kick. Henkel coming through. Madigan. And now Harris towards half forward for Gippsland. They loop a handball over the top. Sprague's under a heap of pressure. Gippsland use Beck. Now Patterson to get it to Henkel. His diving attempt at marking didn't pay off. Ball bobbling around. Neocleus goes towards half forward. Punched out of the hands of Gown, who kept going. Idoon falls the ground, got the handball away in time. They find Cartledge in a bit of space. Evades the tackle. His kick misdirected, and Dersma takes the mark. Centre wing broadcast side. Short kick. Connolly.
Not out.
Fair call, Crooksy, as it goes to McGannon. Half back for the Gippsland Power. He goes to Patterson, attacking side of the broadcast wing. Lobs one up in the Gown direction. Idoon punched it to ground, fell into the lap of Sarong, whose quick snap just goes through for a minor score. 8-5-53, the Gippsland Power. They lead the Falcons 5-7-37 on the NG scoreboard. 11 minutes into the third term on the Technica time clock.
McHenry goes wide. He's had to stretch for that, Rayner, but he took the nice mark at half-back. Goes back inboard. This time it's with Jesse Clark. Outer side. They're just holding up play. Slensog. He's had another good game. He's had a pretty good year. Out in front this time, turnover. Conley taps it to Mosquito. He lost it. Play on's a call. Ham gets it out wide. Reed's the only one there, but he can't get it into... Oh, yeah, well done. Just collared it before it went over the line and centres it in the hands of Patterson. He's everywhere at the moment. He finds Mosquito. They'll work it from half-back through Reed. He's got Baldy all on his own. Underneath us here at centre wing. He goes to Gown, who should take this. Just worked his player out of play. That's a 12-metre kick, but it's found Baldy. He's gone to the pocket. Not sure about that one. It's gone wide. Oh, Slensog barges through, gets caught. They call play on and out of the bounds it goes. Carlton Gymnasium. We are the Navy Blues. We are coming. That was a while ago.
Stirring
You can
the
smell
pot.
what they're cooking. Tripe.
Tap down. Just trying to get a kick out of that pack situation. Oh, heavy tackle over the collar. And we've got a free kick. Getting a bit of feeling in this game. Hard tackling.
Geelong need the next goal.
So they pump it down the corridor. Ball off hands. Oh, Mosquito. All over that. He fed it by hand to Reed, who puts it out to the half-forward flank. Sarong, under pressure, brought down. Geelong with momentum off half-back. McHenry goes to Ham. Centre wing outer side for the Falcons. Looks to come inboard with the kick and hits up Slensog. They poke it inside 50. Dalhouse at full stretch, couldn't bring it in. Goes to ground. Gippsland. They're on top of it. They can't extract it. The umpire waving the arms. Eventually they do. The power. Hurried kick on the boot. Sarong gets there first. Put the handball back to Hodge. His kick, though, poor. And the mark is taken by Conway for the Falcons. Inboard kick to Brownless. And at full stretch.
Here we go. Here we go.
Blake Slensog takes the mark. He looks fairly confident. He's going to have to kick it from 55 metres, if not more.
The big fella's confident in his ability to do this.
Just under 11 minutes left in the third term on the Technica time clock. He's already got one so far today. Kicks it from about 52 metres out. It's fading left and will be punched through for a minor score. 5-8-38, the Geelong Falcons trailing the Gippsland Power 8-5-53 on the NG scoreboard.
They've got it in the back pocket with Patterson. The Power. They've got a man here if they want him. No, they'll go back to the goal square. And boot it very wide. Oh, good catch out there by Smith. Worked it wide again. And out of bounds it goes.
This is a very important few minutes towards three-quarter time. If Gippsland can get one, they'll take a very nice lead into the last quarter. If Geelong can get one, all hell could break loose.
That is true. Neither team really risking going through the middle. Walsh boots it down towards Slensog, who takes a strong mark. He's really got a presence in this game. He goes in and uses the left foot. I like to see that from a big fella. They bring it to ground, and now Mensch has it. Gives it off. He'll get it kick towards
here we go.
goal. An opportunity, fingertip. Just bounced back into play. Here they go, the Falcons through Walsh. Almost the impossible, but they're calling it touched, I believe.
Goal!
No.
I tell you what,
the
the goal
umpire was going to call touch there.
The goal umpire gave that little patty pat on his chest.
Yeah. So
unless that's my call.
Okay, yeah.
Could be.
So that what's threw me. I thought it was touched the way he went to signal, but it looked a goal all the same. And Walsh doesn't let you down in that situation.
Well, Walsh showed his class and he could really impose himself on this game.
9-point game. It's certainly game on.
Ball back in the middle. Geelong trying to work it clear. Morton. Desperation, fired the handball out to Page. High ball inside, attacking 50. It's a wobbly one. Bouncing. Schlensog did a dance up against the boundary line. He's hit the woodwork.
Isn't he having a quarter?
And a half.
6-9-45. Plays 8-5-53. Gippsland in front on the NG scoreboard. Dersma was pushed out of the contest and will get a free kick on half back for the Gippsland Power.
Goes inboard to a lead. Nice work. And
it's gone up a notch.
Ned Flanders takes the mark and kicks the centre wing. They bring it to ground. Beck taps it out of bounds.
Tell you, a move that's been made in this term. Idoon's gone up to defence, and I think Hollenkamp's been switched forward, which...
Bit of cloud cover over there, Siobhan.
Yes, there's a slight breeze going to the right-hand side of the screen, and it has dropped a couple of degrees in temperature.
Back towards half-back, and a good intercept mark by Cartledge. Gets it across. He's got his man, Morena. They'll work it further afield. Good work. That's taken by White, who goes for a run. Tucks it under the arm. Boots it down and gets collected afterwards. So Geelong are coming here at the moment.
Discipline, Tony, discipline.
So Ham trying to get a few more metres. He'll play on. Umpire didn't make him go over the mark. And he kicks it straight in the hands of the Power. And that was Hourigan. Now they'll work it to half-back. Big Henkel takes the grab. Put his body on the line.
Executive maintenance mark of the day.
Landed heavily and didn't flinch. Henkel kicks towards Gown. Uses his body. Takes it nicely. Gown just didn't want to go inboard. Kicks long. Now they've got it. Pepper goes towards goal and it curls left. And it stays in, amazingly. Now it's picked up by Dalhouse. He fires it to Slensog, who seems to be everywhere. He finds his man further afield, taken by Tanner Brune.
How long to go, Matt?
6 minutes, just under.
So there's a lot of time left in this third quarter for Geelong to keep coming here. And they kicked it down towards Brownless, who takes it. He's at half forward. He'll work it towards the pocket over the top, just a bit high, out of bounds.
Sam Walsh currently off the field as part of the Geelong rotations. Wouldn't mind having him on in this pivotal passage of play.
Still a few minutes left in this quarter. You want him to give a burst, so he might be back for the last 4 minutes.
Henkel got a hand to it. Sarong's taken into the turf. Patterson wrapped up. And we'll get a ball up. Half forward for the Falcons. They trail by 8 points. Gippsland, teammates smothered their own kick. Baldy follows it up. A wide kick. He's searching for Sarong. Under pressure from Brune, who paddles it. He did well, did Brune. Got it to Madigan, who was dispossessed, and the umpire says free kick going the way of the Gippsland Power. This is a bit more push and shove on that outer side. In fact, it was McHenry out there for the Falcons. High ball towards the centre wing. It's drifted over the boundary line and out of play.
Just a quick injury update. Kyle Reid for the Gippsland Power has just done a bit of a walk-through. Looks like he might have injured his hamstring. That's what he's been grabbing at for a little while. Got it rubbed down and is currently just doing some walkthroughs on the bench.
They don't want that.
Big man important for the Gippsland Power. Ball back in possession of the Falcons. The kick short, cut off by Dersma. Centre wing, city side of Icon Park. He chips it short. Motton takes the mark, attacking side of the outer wing. And he'll chip it short to Patterson. In the middle of Icon Park. Patterson goes inside attacking 50 over the head of Pepper. Taken into the turf is Cartledge. And the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Approaching 22 minutes on the Technica time clock in the third term. 6:9:45. The Geelong Falcons trailing the Gippsland Power 8-5-53 on the NG scoreboard. Falcons get a clearing kick. McHenry on the outer side. Handballed inboard to Torpy, who puts it down the line, and the mark was taken by Delhouse. Great effort there. Comes inboard with the kick, unable to take the mark, Lachlan Smith. He's caught by Flanders and the ball's turned over. Gippsland rebound off half-back. They get it to Neocleus, who dishes the handball off to Baldy, who sends it inside attacking 50. Falcons respond through Rayner, and they'll get a kick to centre half-back. The handball to Brownless, a little askew, but had time to gather. Got cleaned up as he got the kick away. Stevens fires the handball back to Smith, and they've coughed it up. Oh, Brownless went in, saved the day for them, and the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up, as we tick towards 23 minutes now in the third term on the Technica time clock.
Just a quick update. Kyle Reid back on the ground. In good news for the Power.
All right, let's hope it was just a knock. Now Mosquito with it. Oh, beautiful flick over the back to Baldy. He gives it to Neocleus. Back to Baldy, who slams it on the boot to a one-on-one inside 50. They go to ground. Players getting back for the Falcons. And they're able to work it to the outer side. McHenry's the target. Just paddling it towards the boundary. Thought he kept it in, but eventually out of bounds.
You mentioned in the call, Matt, about the move of Idoon. I think he's a much better player in defence, going straight at the ball rather than having to do it and turn back on play as a forward.
I agree with that. There's a reason why he was named in the back line in the team of the year.
So they're trying to work it out to Henkel. He just throws it on the boot like a big ruckman. And it comes back down for air. Kicked off the ground by Brownless, but an intercept mark that time taken nicely by Vanderplate. He'll play on, he's forced to play on, gets caught, holding the ball.
That is the tackle of the day.
That was a brilliant tackle by Sprague. Just didn't have enough time. And we've had a beautiful kick for goal from the boundary.
That is an AFL draft central goal of the day
like
after
one
the
of Boomer
siren.
Harvey's party tricks.
Good Lord.
Who was that boy over there?
Who was that? I think.
Wasn't Oscar, was it?
No, it was Ham. Maybe Ham? I don't know. Three-quarter time. Score check.
8-5-53 to 6-9-45 we've got on scoreboard up here in the commentary box. The way of the Gippsland Power, who I feel was just hanging on a little bit in that third term as Geelong were coming. Goal kickers for the Falcons, 2 to Idoon, singles to Ham, Walsh, Sprague and Schlensog, whilst for the Gippsland Power, Connolly and Smith have 2 apiece, while Dersma, Neocleus and Henkel were the other goal kickers.
Excellent. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be one cracking last quarter. The reigning premiers of the TAC Cup, the Geelong Falcons, trying to defend their title, trail by
8 points.
8 points.
No, yes, 8.
8 points going into the last quarter. This is the TAC Cup radio team bringing you all the action live through the TAC Cup website. You're not working, guys?
Computer gone down. So it's 3/4 time, that score again, 8-5-53. The Gippsland Power only managed 2 behinds in that third quarter. Geelong kicking 2 goals to get their score to 6-9-45 on the NG scoreboard. I'll go through
with me a minute, mate.
Goal kickers once again whilst we try and get the technology up and running. It's had a big day up here too. Connolly's kicked 2 for the Gippsland Power, as has Josh Smith, whilst Dersma, Mosquito, Neocleus and Henkel, the goal kickers, whilst for the Geelong Falcons 2 to Connor Iduna, who was flicked to the defensive line in that third quarter after spending a half forward of the ball. He contributed with 2 goals in the first half. Singles to Braden Ham, Sam Smith and Blake Schlensog. As here at Icon Park, the second elimination final. Of course, we've got all the action again for you tomorrow on TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL Draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL Draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Out on the back here at Icon Park, it is the Power leading by 8 points, and down on the ground, Siobhan Rowe with Michael Turner.
Yes, I'm down at ground level with Michael Turner, talent manager of the Geelong Falcons. 8 points in it. It's a contest now. What have you found you've done really well, and what do you need to improve on in this last quarter?
I think Gippsland early in the first half used the ball really well by foot, which we knew they would, and our boys probably didn't use it as well, but they've hung in there, so they've given us 100% effort. That's all you can ask, and we've been able to hang into the game, and Gippsland are in a winning position. So I think that probably the side with the fittest, we think we're pretty fit, and whoever uses the balls takes their opportunity will win the game, but we're a chance.
Beautiful. Thank you for your time. Good luck in the last quarter.
Well done, Siobhan.
Worked towards the broadcast side. Chasing after it is Vanderplate on half-back. Mosquito came in later. High bump. And a free kick will go the way of Sprague. Attacking side of the broadcast wing for the Geelong Falcons. High ball inside, attacking 50. Pack flies. Gippsland with numbers. Brownless, though, came in. He got caught by Sparks. The umpire says, we're going nowhere, and I will ball it up. There's a bit more push and shove.
I expect a really hard, fierce Geelong outfit to come out in this last quarter. Their coach gave them a real rev up at three-quarter time.
As Dersma will clear defensive 50 into a panic on the outer wing. The race is on. Pepper up against Clark. Pepper got there first but couldn't get possession of the footy. And the ball's over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in between centre wing and half forward, city side of Icon Park. 9-5-59, the Gippsland Power leading the Geelong Falcons 3-9-45 on the NG scoreboard. 2.5 gone, final term on the Technica time clock as the ball is seen back over the boundary line and out of play.
Just holding it at half forward at the moment, Gippsland. This time Gown up against Conway. Gown got his hand on it, grabbed it and kicked it. I don't know why we don't see more of that. Oh, good tackle, Mosquito, and a holding the ball. He'll play on, you think, from there. He runs and kicks to the top of the square. Just a bit light on with the kick. Oh, here's a shrug out the back door to Beck, and Beck slams it on the boot from behind. So we'll just get that NG score up.
9 goals, 660 to 6 goals, 945.
3 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
15-point ball game.
So we'll have the kick out. Cartledge will play on, nearly to the man on the mark. Over the back, here comes Flanders. Couldn't break away, but goes back in and gets it off to Gown. Gown to Sarong. Little dinky kick out wide. There's Beck. He didn't like what Crooksy said before and gives it off. And we'll have a shot on goal and through for a behind. That was from Loudon.
Hasn't knocked up getting kicks, so gave him a beat.
Of course, we were just pumping up Sam Walsh as the best player in the comp that he's on.
Ball sent towards the outer side. Hodge. They've got caught high. Geelong trying to work it out by hand. Ball is cut off. Loudon goes inside, attacking 50 once again for the Gippsland Power. Mosquito is hovering. He's trapped the ball in. We should get a ball up. No, we won't.
Did jump on the ball, so fair call.
I like their consistency, the umpires, with that decision in both matches.
Smith flicks the ball wide to Clark. On half back, his toe poke kicked that in the direction of McHenry, but it was also in the direction of the boundary line, which it dribbles across.
So it looks like the power have just increased their intensity a bit.
I think the Falcons need a spark. They need someone to ignite them.
Number 15, Ryan. Sparks, he might be the one. They get it to ground.
Wrong team.
That is true. So we got it out the back door to McHenry. McHenry goes over the top. Here's Geelong across centre wing. They'll get it again through McHenry and chip it towards a bit of a one-on-one contest where they slip over, and McGannon just got it off quickly to Patterson. A lucky escape there where McGannon goes on the left and boots it out in front. They weren't able to take the mark. They got a chance here, but poor delivery. Sees McGannon with it again. Gippsland starting to control things through Baldy. They get it off. Here they come. Pepper runs to 50, runs inside.
Oh, what a
Pepper.
That was an absolute sensational goal. Love a forward that just gets the smell of the goals, and he just went from third, fourth into fifth gear, ran straight, kicked straight through the middle.
That was a great effort there by Pepper, and clean pick-up, did the job.
AFL Draft Central goal of the day.
I was just about to say the same thing, Matt. That was brilliant.
And he's had a good game too. It may have been his first goal on the scoreboard, but he's done a lot of good things around the rest of the ground. Walsh trying to get things going for the Geelong Falcons. His handball was fisted away from his teammate inside attacking 50. Beck put it over the top. It's turned over. Walsh on the end of a chain of handballs, takes one bounce, takes two bounces off half back, takes three. Dersma closing on him. Takes him to the turf. Walsh gets back up. Kick inside attacking 50, searching for Torpy. Will dribble over the boundary line and out of play.
That was just a wonderful chase down by Xavier Dersma. And I can guarantee you there'll be a game next year where Dersma will be chasing down Sam Walsh in a AFL match.
Yep.
And we'll remember it.
That's a couple of the top AFL draft picks in that passage of play.
So we've got Gown tries to kick it out of the ruck. They get it out to that man in Dersma, who dribbles it to Ned Flanders. He boots it down towards centre wing. This is all Cartledge. Cartledge comes along and centres the ball. They've got to take a few risks, Geelong. Go through the middle. Cooper Stevens gets tied up. They've still got numbers to back up, and that's White. Gives off the handball out wide. He's got Dalhouse. He runs around. Out the back door it goes. They'll try and swing it down towards centre half forward, and they'll take this, Geelong. Good positioning there. Read the play nicely there, Clay Page. And we'll have a shot for goal from 30 metres out. 35 metres out directly in front. A couple of players there might be cramping.
22 points prior to the kick.
Clever kick from Braden Ham as well. Centred the ball beautifully.
So Page comes in directly in front, slides it very right. Just not what the Falcons needed. Through for a behind. 21 points to margin. We are 8.5 minutes into this final quarter. Gippsland with the kick to McGannon, but Dersma takes the mark at half back. Starting to up the ante is Xavier Dersma, goes inboard, so is this boy McGannon. Getting really involved. They're waxing it at the moment. And Dersma boots it long. Over the back. There's an opportunity, heavy bump. Oh, look at Beck go. Tucks it under the shoulder and goes bang through the middle. Beck is turning it on in this last quarter. Who would have thought? We thought he's had a great month of footy all the same. And that is a great running goal. And Gippsland have got out to what may be a winning lead, 8-7, 73 to 6-10, 46.
And Beck's increased his final quarter so much, Crooksy's walked out.
He's walked out. He's
I was
had
going to
enough.
say, it's as though he heard you and he thought, I'll show you.
Well, he was on the broadcast wing, and we do have the window open in the commentary box.
They've even taken Sam Walsh off him. He's going that well.
Flanders in the middle. Now, this is Loudon, goes inside, attacking 50 with the kick. Bouncing ball. Hodge trying to extract it. Geelong just as desperate in their attempt. The umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. 35 metres out from goal. Gippsland attacking the Lygon Street end. There'll be a free kick going their way. And it'll be in the big man's hands. Rylan Henkel to have a shot for goal. Man on the mark stands 35 metres out. He's directly in front. And I think the fat lady would sing if he puts this through. Comes in, stabs at it, but it's okay. That's his second. And Gippsland moved to 12-7-79 on the NG scoreboard. The Geelong Falcons 6-10-46. 11 minutes into the final term on the Technica time clock.
And they've had that two-pronged ruck attack today, Henkel and Smith, the Gippsland power. And we're back in the middle.
Creating a lot of space in their forward line too, Gippsland.
Tapped out forward in Geelong's half. Couldn't get away. The umpire will come in and ball it up for sure here. Big pack of players. A bit of wrestling. So the umpire will quickly ball it up. And Slensog gets it forward. Brownless kick was smothered. Oh, White throws it on the boot. Well, that time it was Loudon. Loudon down towards half forward. This is dangerous. They've got numbers there, Geelong, but Gippsland putting the pressure on. Now they'll run it out. Just got to weigh up the options. And they kick straight to the ruckman in Smith, who takes the easiest of marks. And we've got a 50-metre penalty. The ball was tapped out of his hands by McHenry. And Smith will try and gain some ground here and kick it long to the square. There's a one-on-one in the square if you can get it down there. Big Henkel's down there. I don't know why he hasn't done it.
He wants to have a shot.
He's got a kick from 55 metres out. And now there's 2 against 2 in the square. So he's going long. Kicks long and deep. Just to the right. And off hands through for a behind. Idoon to kick out.
12-8-80 plays 6-10-46 on the NG scoreboard. 13 gone, final term on the Technica time clock. Idoon goes straight up the corridor. Front spot was Sparks, couldn't bring it in for the Gippsland power. Ball pops out in favour of Smith. He fed it backwards to allow Gippsland to go forwards. Beck, he's under pressure from Cartledge. And they're able to work it out here, Geelong. Got movement down the outer wing. Not very far, though, because taking the intercept mark is Hourigan. He'll go short. And the mark is taken by Bailey Patterson for the Gippsland power. Defensive side of the outer wing. High ball. Pack flies. No one were able to bring it in. Smith had it momentarily. Falcons, they tried to keep it in play, but it drifts over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in on the half-forward flank city side of Icon Park. Gippsland attacking the Lygon Street end in this final term. And they currently hold a very handy lead which may see them go through to the preliminary final next Saturday, which is back here on Icon Park. And a reminder that you'll be able to catch that live here on TAC Cup Radio and through the live video stream on taccup.com.au. But before that, we've got 2 elimination finals tomorrow back here at Icon Park. Both games live on taccup.com.au.
Henkel, over the back it goes. Got a few around this. Flanders, he went without it. Goes back and gets it. Reed with the handball to Sarong. Sarong to Mosquito. A kick on goal that time by Loudon, but it just dribbles out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in. Gippsland with all the attack at the moment. Got it out to a very good lead now. 34-point lead after Geelong were very close at three-quarter time. They've stepped up a gear, the Power. Henkel had a fresh air shot. And we've got a free kick. And 50 metres. Not sure what happened there. Oh, he kicked the wall away, Henkel. Our cameraman advised me.
Had a shot for goal.
So they'll run on from here. Hand off. Walsh gets it, but runs into trouble. Little toe poke into the centre square. Gippsland have got the answers. Patterson gets caught all the same. Great tackling. And that was Madigan. Into the middle, and we've got an intercept mark that time by Gowan. Drop back to the back half. Gone out wide to Patterson. He goes further afield to Reed, who's worked forward. Over the top it goes. Just inside 50. Geelong get caught with it. Play on, there was a hold, and this is going the Falcons' way.
A blood rule
rule. That's coming off there with Tanner Bruin. Not too much damage done.
He's been here, there and everywhere for the Gippsland Power. Geelong Falcons. Nice bit of claret coming from his nose.
So, it's deep in the back pocket. Looks like Harris. Who kicks to the outer side. Just falls to ground. Noah Gowan boots a spiral into the back pocket. Udoon had it. Here's Mosquito. Throws it on the boot. Offline. That would have been an exciting way to finish for Irving. So the ball is lost in the seeding. Now it comes back, and Cartledge will take the kick out.
12-9-81, Gippsland leading the Geelong Falcons 6-10-46. The Falcons only having a minor score against their final term register as they try and get it off half back. They put it into a bit of space, hoping for Conway to run onto it. Was under pressure from Gowan, and the ball is seen over the boundary line and out of play. 18 gone. Final term on the Technica time clock. As the sun bathes Icon Park once again. Walsh tracking it. Lost control of it. And seen over the boundary line and out of play. So we'll throw it in once again. Defensive side of the broadcast wing for the Geelong Falcons. Last year's premiers in the TAC Cup. Finished 10th on the ladder. And won through thanks to the wild card victory last weekend against the Calder Cannons. They'll get a free kick for a shove in the back. McHenry wanted to take the advantage. The umpire says we won't be doing that. Conway, his chip short, turned it over, fell short. The Hodge gave it off to Mosquito. Kick inside it, well, to the top of the 50-metre arc. Goes over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in. 19 gone. in the final term on the Technica time clock. The NG scoreboard reads 12-9-81, Gippsland, Geelong 6-10-46. As it's tossed back into play, Henkel did well to get rid of his opponent. Trying to break through Loudon. Hurried kick on the boot from Dersma, long ball. Bounces back into play. Pepper unable to trap it, and Geelong are able to clear defensive 50. They've put it long towards the outer wing. Tapping it was White. Had numbers to deal with, but also had support. Geelong go inside attacking 50. Torpy couldn't take possession of it. Breaking free was Hollenkamp. Hurry kick on the boot, top of the goal square. Bouncing ball, Geelong through Sprague have missed. Minor score. So they've got 2 behinds in this final term. They move to 6-11-47 on the NG scoreboard. Gippsland 12-9-81. We're ticking over 20 minutes final term on the Technica time clock. Floating across Conway, couldn't take the mark. Geelong still with numbers. McHenry receives the 1-2 and then puts it inside attacking 50, where the mark is taken by Ham, and there will be a 50-metre penalty against Connolly.
A little push in the back. If the score had been closer, I don't know whether that would have been paid.
Didn't see too
Wasn't much in it.
Too much in it. As Ham tried to quickly put it through for the goal, the umpire says none of that, and now he puts it through. So consolation goal for the Geelong Falcons. They move to 7-11-53 on the NG scoreboard. Gippsland, though, in firm control, 12-9-81. We are ticking towards 21 minutes in the final term on the Technica time clock.
Back in the middle. Oh, big tap out by Gippsland down towards half forward. They went without it, but over the top. Here's Beck again. Little dinky kick. He's found some space for Dersma. And I'm not sure if Crooksy saw that last goal Beck kicked. Was an absolute ripper. And he's got another shot on goal now.
Just as he returns to the commentary box.
We were saying he's going that well. They had to move Sam Walsh off him, Crooksy.
Oh, dear.
So, Beck, good player for the Power. Comes in, goes a bit right. Into the square it goes. Or they can't break away. Over the back. Be taken away that time by Broon, but it'll be turned over again. And McGannon gets Aussie Hodge to boot it towards goal for behind.
Good win by the Gippsland Power today, and been high up the ladder, second on the ladder most of the season. So good to see them here next Saturday in the preliminary final.
Idoon goes long towards centre half back. Ball off hands. And we'll get a ball up.
They've stood up when it counted, didn't it?
They lifted the intensity in the first 5-10 minutes of this final term to give themselves that buffer after Geelong worked their way back into the game during the third quarter. Mosquito hovering, taps it out to Henkel, who pops it in the Sarong direction in the forward pocket. Fires the handball back inboard to Reid. Went this way and that. Back to Sarong. Gives it to Gown in the goal square.
Great persistence by Sarong.
That was power football. P-O-W-E-R, power football. The way they burst through, no evasion, just straight through, knocked them over, and great goal to Noah Gown in the end.
How's the Geelong bench looking, Siobhan?
Pretty upset. They're pretty downcast, as you would be. Their season's finished now, but they gave it their all.
Coming from 10th on the ladder in an elimination final, they gave themselves their best chance.
Yeah, the margin's probably not a reflection on the game. It's just blown out late.
They
in
look
the
like
back.
Joel's sold it all.
Wasn't too happy last night at the end of the game, was he?
Yeah.
Bit of a grumpy face. Anyway, down to centre half forward they go, and that's the game. We'll double check this scoreboard. 13-9-87 to 7-11-53. Convincing last quarter by the Gippsland Power to run out winners. And we might have a look at the scoreboard or the goal kickers, please, Matt.
2 goals apiece for the victorious Gippsland Power. Leo Connolly, Josh Smith and Henkel. Just looking to see if there were any others. No, all singles for the rest. Sarong, Dersma, Crooksy's man Bailey Beck, Neocleus and Pepper, and Mosquito as well. For the Geelong Falcons, 2 goals to Connor Idoon and then singles to Ham, Walsh and Schlensog sees the final score 13-9-87 to 7-11-53 on the NG scoreboard.
Make your way out into the sunshine, Siobhan. Go out a little bit. I just didn't mean go all the way to the other side of the ground.
Lap it up while you can. We haven't had too many conditions like this through the winter. It's actually nice not to be underneath 1,000 layers in the commentary box.
Yeah, no, it's been a bit milder than what we first thought it was going to be, Matt, didn't we?
It's September.
Good September weather.
As we wait for Siobhan to grab a couple of players from the victorious Gippsland Power, the AFL Draft Central goal of the day. There were a couple of contenders. There was Irving Mosquito in the first quarter. There was Josh Smith in the first quarter, and then there was Harrison Pepper in that final term.
And also our boy Beck. Bailey
and Beck, yes. Or Crooksy's man, Beck.
Yes. Nailed him well.
I liked Peppers.
Yeah, Pepper was.
Hi, Bailey. Can I have a quick chat with you? I'm from TNC.
We got the rouse up as Siobhan's picked out.
And I'll also grab a chat with Maddie McGannon, if that's all right.
Maddie McGannon and Bailey Beck looks like they're going to get the microphone underneath their
make it a bit easier.
Underneath their noses, doing the double team here, Siobhan.
Yeah, I'm going to do a dual interview. Congratulations, that was a really convincing win.
Yeah.
How did you assess the performance today?
I think we all stayed composed. I think early we started putting ourselves under pressure with how fast we were going, but in the end, everyone stayed composed and the pressure went real high and we played perfect 4 quarters, I reckon.
Yeah, no, obviously coming in we knew the Falcons play a really good brand of footy and we had to come out and really pressure them hard from the start. I think we did, and then they come back at us pretty hard, and then I think for us to come back in the end there and finish off really well was just credit to the boys, and I think we finished off really well. So,
what's the difference between a home and away game and a finals game? How did you feel the intensity lifted?
Yeah, definitely. Well, intensity, everyone says it, and it's just about rising to the occasion. I think the boys did that today, and I think it'll really hold us in good stead for next week's coming.
I really think just everything lifts. You can't. There's no let in the whole game. Just even if you're down, you play like you're up. It's just no let, and the crowd's just awesome as well when they come, and it's just awesome feeling.
Into a preliminary final now, you're either going to play the Western Jets or the Oakley Chargers. From the beginning of the year, you guys obviously finished second on ladder. Did you believe this group was something special?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Coaching staff had a lot of faith in the boys, and really, such a talented bottom age and top age. Yeah, it's a really good mix, and I think we're just really starting to gel together. I think past few years was sort of taking a bit too long to gel, and I think this year it's sort of come together a bit quicker, and you can see out there on the field the synergy that we have, and we're just we're playing for one another, so it's really good. Yeah.
Exactly what Moose said. We just believe in each other. We gelled real quick. Pre-season was awesome. It's one of the best years I reckon I've had at Power, even though it's been 2. But yeah, all the boys are amazing. It's just been real good, I reckon. So. And
not to individualise, but both your performances today, how did you assess that?
Yeah, obviously I started on the half back, so my role was just to get to the front of the contest and really use my foot skills and that sort of stuff. So I think I was able to do that today, and I think the boys really set it up for us early on, so it was good.
Bailey?
Just wing was just to lock down on all the wingers we have, mostly Walsh, of course. Just use my run with Mitch Van Velten going down. It was not much rotation, but stick by and push through. That's all I was for. But yeah.
Beautiful. Good luck for next week, both of you. And you have a beanie from TSC Cup Radio to keep and put on.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, boys. Good luck for next week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Siobhan. Great interview down there with Bailey Beck and Matthew McGadden.
Both boys, you can tell that team's quite a nice team, and they gelled together and they've been working really well together. There's a reason that they did land second on the ladder in the home and away season, and they put up a really good performance today.
Certainly did, as the final score once again 13-9-87, the Gippsland Power defeating the Geelong Falcons 7-11-53. It's the end of the run for the Falcons. Their premiership defence comes to a conclusion.
They had a tough year, and they had some games during the middle of the year where were most un-Falcon-like, where they really struggled. So they came good at the last bit. Great win in the wildcard round last week. They did the best that they possibly could today, and they got that. What was the end result? The margin?
87-53.
Yeah, so they got it within a kick and a half in that third term, and that goal late by Gippsland just made it hard, and they started really well. The goal early, so good